Hello everybody, welcome back to a new video on the channel. Now I know a few months ago, possibly about 5 or 6 months ago, I installed Windows Longhorn on VMware, or using a VMware workstation. I also tried using Windows Longhorn. They were pretty well hit videos, got around 100 views on them, so I'm planning to do it again. As well as helping out a friend who's having trouble with with what I'm doing today. Anyway, today we are installing Artix Linux. I hate this because you probably can't even see what this says because it's back to front on the camera, but hopefully you can. This is Artix, in case you haven't noticed. It is a Linux distribution based on Arch Linux. However, I think Arch Linux is just systemd based. It's a kernel that runs all the system processes. But with Artix Linux, it's very customizable, very, very lightweight. You go into essentially the graphical task manager in the terminal on Artix Linux. There's hardly anything running, which is good if you're trying to run Artix or any sort of Linux distribution on a slow old PC, because it will shock you of the performance. I've tried it myself. It is very good. So, yeah, let's get started because, well, we can't wait forever, can we, for a new video? No, we can't. I don't know when I'm uploading this, so my Tech Talk podcast episode may have already come out, or it may not have, in which case, there'll be one very soon. I'm currently recording on a Friday afternoon, so yeah, we'll see. Anyway, enjoy the video. Okay, this is the part where I actually install the operating system. Now, you may have noticed I sound deeper. It's just because I woke up. Yeah. It's the next day. I was planning to record the rest of this yesterday, but all I was able to complete was the intro and outro. But that's not good enough, so we should complete the rest now. Yes, we should. So, when it comes to Artix Linux, you need to think about one thing majorly. What service manager do you want? So just by, if I'm re-looking at my, because it's systemd free, so most Linux operating systems such as Debian and all of the distributions that branch off from that are running systemd, which has a lot of processes running in the background. Which the perk of Artix, if you pick the correct service manager, I think it's service manager, not much is running, which is pretty good. So the available options that you have here, and I may be able to show you. Nope, that's the VirtualBox. No. 1 second. Okay, so I have just taken a screenshot of the page, which I can put up in editing. It should be a lovely image here. So the available options that you have are as followed. You have dinit. You also have OpenRC. You also have runit, S6 and Sweet66. They are classified the base images that don't have anything else extra added, such as a desktop manager, which we're going to install later on. So don't you worry. I'm going to do OpenRC today. Commands do differ. However, I'll put what is necessary in the description below. I'm using OpenRC because I've used it before and it's pretty nice, because not much happens in the background, which is very, very good also. So let's get started. So I don't think I have it downloaded anymore. Once you've downloaded the ISO image, make sure that you have either put it onto your USB. So for example, with the Ventoy, all you really need to do is just to copy the ISO directly onto the USB and then plug it into your device. Rufus, sorry. Use a tool called Rufus. I think you just do it as ISO image. If it doesn't work on bootup, do DD image mode. That's disk image mode, I think. Once you've got that ready and you plugged it in your device and you've turned it on. Okay, so you used to get a screen that looks something like this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to press enter and I'm going to change the keyboard layout to the UK. And I'm also going to change the language to English UK. And then if you're from a USB, you select this option here. Whereas I'm using ISO image, so I just press enter on this option. Again, if you're on USB, select this option, ISO, this option. When you press enter, things will start happening. As you can see here. Ooh, magic. Ah, perfect. Right, this is exactly what we need. Wonderful. Now to log in, you just need to use the login details, Artix, username and password. And then you think, oh, What now? Go on sudo su, just so you get to root, which is what you really need. It's important that I mention this now rather than later, but any of the commands that I use in the video today will not only be as text overlay on the screen to make it easier to read, but also in the blog post in the description below that I will put as a link after the video has been uploaded to YouTube. Do ls-r /user/share /kbd/keymaps. I'll put all of these as text on the screen now, or hopefully I should. Then you get all of them. Then you might think, oh, this is nerve-wracking. What do I do from here? Simple! My voice is just cracked again. I'm not awake fully. Load keys, then UK. The next command you're going to want to do is you're going to do cfdisk/dev/sda. Now hopefully you should see this screen. If you don't, that's alright. But if you've already formatted your drive, just go down and select DOS. If you already see partitions here, first off make sure it's your drive you're installing on and it's not your USB that you're trying to format. If you see partitions here, let's just say we had this here, a partition up here called /dev/sda1. What you're going to want to do is just go to delete on here, so delete the current partition, and everything should be gone, and you should have free space. Excuse me, and you should have everything here. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to click on, type in new. I'd say change that to 2 GB. This is only if you have a low amount of RAM, if you have like 4 or 8 gigs of RAM. If you have more, just do like 1 gig of RAM in case your system just goes kaput. But for me, I'm just going to do, I'm just going to do 1 gig. I never really fill up all of my RAM. Primary, yes. Now go to type and change it to 82 Linux swap /Solaris, sorry, and then press on the down arrow and just keep on pressing enter. Okay, so new 29 gigs for the remainder of the drive, primary, done. And you should have these 2 partitions here, which is all that you need. Then type in write, yes. There we are. You can go and quit. Right, the next command you're going to want to do is you're going to want to do mk swap -l swap /dev/sda1. Then you're going to want to do mkfs.ext4 -l root /dev/sda2. There we go. UEFI installation. The boot partition you just have to make. Now to do that, just do mkfs.fat-f32 dev/sda4. There we go. Then you're going to want to do fat label /dev/sda4/boot. I'm not going to do it because this is not UEFI, this is BIOS. Now we're going to mount partitions. This is very important and you need to be able to do this. We're going to do swap on /dev/disk/by label. I think you can just do /dev/sda or whatever. But we're just going to do it this way. Swap. Okay, then we're going to do mount dev disk by label. Oh no. Not lab. Root. /mnt dir /mnt/boot and /home. Make sure you've plugged in Ethernet. Otherwise you're going to have to do Wi-Fi configuration, which is a little bit tricky. As you're going to want to type in, first off do IP AD, and that will show you all your interfaces. Now, as you can see, I've got 2 interfaces. I've got 1 loopback, 2, and then that's the Ethernet interface that I've got running. See if you can find one. If you've got a wireless card, see if you can find one that goes WLAN 0, or it's got a random number that that has a word down instead of up, as you can see here. You won't be able to see my mouse, but it says it here. artixlinux.org. You should get a ping. We're going to want to update the system clock, otherwise packages won't download correctly. Now, this already depends about what service manager you downloaded. If you downloaded OpenRC, the command is rc-service ntpd start. You can see that it started. And then type in base strap, which is like in the install command, /mmt, which will be your root partition when you boot into Artix Linux. And then you're going to type in base devel OpenRC, and then elogin d OpenRC. Let's go. And then I'll download all the packages, and you might be able to notice that will take a while. It will take a very long time. But if you have fast internet like I do, it shouldn't take too long. Okay, now I am all done. Now, just double check. There's one more command you're going to have to do to install another package. I don't think it installs this by default, but just try. Sorry, no, DHCP-D, I think it is. And then DHCP-D-OpenRC CD. It's CD, I knew it. /MNT, well that's a mouthful, isn't it? And then I preferably do Linux -LTS. F stabgen, that sounds violent, doesn't it? Dash capital U /MNT, those weird symbols /MNT /ETC/F stab dash CS CH root /MNT. The command is as followed: ln-sf/user/share /zone info, then /London. That's for the entire UK. And then do /etc/local time. And then type in HW clock. In case that didn't work, you can always sync it to you can sync it from the motherboard. Pacman -S nano. Then type in nano /etc/locale.gen. For me, I'm in the UK, but obviously find your keyboard layout, but make sure it has UTF-A at the end. Now for me, oh god, I've gone too far. Delete that, and then just delete that, and then that'll be the default keyboard layout from now on. And then do Control-O, enter, and then Control-X. And then do locale-gen. There we go, as you can see, it's generated my UK keyboard layout. Now we're going to install the bootloader, and we're almost finished. You're going to want to type in pacman -S GRUB OS prober. Now if you're doing this on a UEFI system, you're going to want to also do EFI boot MGR, boot manager. But I'm not going to bother with that because this is on a EFI system, but I'm just going to install that. But if you are doing this on a UEFI system, you also need to do EFI boot manager. Then you're going to want to do -grub install --recheck /dev/sda. Then do grub-mk config -o/boot/grub/grub.cfg. Password WD, so password. And then now you're changing the password for the root account, so I'm going to put in a very secure password. And you can also create a new user if you want. So I'm going to do just a simple user add -m user, and then I'm going to do password user. Just type in your password, press enter, type it in again, press enter again, and your password does actually go through. In Linux, for security reasons, thank you, it doesn't appear in a terminal. And then you're going to want to do nano /etc/hostname. Now this is the name of your PC that will appear on your network. Now for me, I'm just going to do test-machine. There's your name of your PC. Then you just do Control-O, enter, Control-X. Do nano /etc/hosts. If you can hear that, that's a car alarm. Yay! But you're going to want to do nano /etc/conv.d/hostname test-machine, or whatever your PC name was. Also make sure that you've installed WPA_supplicant. Okay, now we're now going to install a desktop environment. I know, these are the commands that you do. Pacman -S conman -OpenRC or change it to run it if you're using a run it system. Dash, and then command dash GTK. Now, if you want to install the desktop environment, which I know I've already said about 1,000 times probably, you're going to want to do these commands. Now, you're going to have to do this. You're going to have to do this command regardless of whatever DE you want to install. Many desktop environments to choose from, but for my sake, I'm going to go with KDE. I'm just going to go with KDE. I'm going to do pacman dash capital S plasma KDE applications. You're going to want to install your login display. So do pacman dash capital S and then SDDM dash whatever service manager you are using. For me, OpenRC. If you're using run it, then do dash run it, and so on and so forth. Now you're going to want to also do RC dash update. Now all we do is exit. Then you're going to want to type in unmount dash capital R slash MNT and then reboot. Okay, that is good. That is very, very good. Press enter or just let it do its thing. Yeah, I'm just letting it do its thing. I am crossing my fingers here. Now, if you skipped the part where we installed a desktop environment, it would not take long at all. Okay, it would not take long at all. It'd be very, very, very quick. Make sure if you have like a special character, make sure it matches up to the US keyboard. I don't know why I didn't do that. And you press enter. You're gonna have to source for some drivers. Okay, there we go. Then when you reboot, it should work fine. Ping google.com, alright? There we go, and there is internet now working. Now, Linux is pretty good at internet drivers, so you should just be able to get it working, so hopefully you did. If you're doing Wi-Fi, search up on Google Artix Linux Wi-Fi tutorial, and that'll give you everything. I'm just doing Ethernet because it's just easier for me. Never mind. Be right back whilst it installs all that. Okay, here we go, we're back. Now, if you do htop, you should see, actually quite a bit is running now because you've installed a desktop environment. If you didn't install a desktop environment, not much would actually be running. If you just want to do a if you did LXDE, not much would be running also. This is a very stripped down environment. As you can see over on internet, Conqueror is on KDE by default, and that is your web browser. If you wanted something like Firefox, hop into your terminal again. For KDE it's console, for LXD I think it's xterm, I'm not entirely sure. You go on a console, you go into root, so you're going to want to type in SU and then the root password. Here we go. Then do pacman dash capital S Firefox or Chromium or whatever you've decided to have as your web browser. When it's installed, click on next. Go on your start menu. Now I'm not going to bother opening it because it's going to break my virtual machine. I'm joking, it isn't. Or you can also use Falcon. Not bad. Click on Firefox and it will open up. As you can see, Firefox is completely installed and that is wonderful. Come on, close. I told you. Be right back. Okay. If we click on audio, I don't think anything will appear because there's nothing installed on here. Now we're going to actually shut this down. Because it's taken too long, we're just going to do that. Okay, just press on OK to power off and go back to the camera. So, long-winded video, yes. Did you get Artix Linux installed? Hopefully. If not, sorry. Let me know in the description down below if you didn't get it working, and I'll do my best to try and help you. So, with that in mind, hopefully you got this installed. If you did not, put a comment down below. Tell me what step you got up to, and any diagnostic related messages you can give me, because that will be very helpful if I try and help you diagnose the issue. I have a podcast. I've had it for about 2 years. It sort of went quiet. It's called Tech Talk. That is spelled TEQTORQ. If you go to my channel page, there is a link to the playlist. You can watch it back. I will be live streaming on Saturday, so that could be yesterday, tomorrow, or today. Who knows? But hope you enjoy. Join the Discord server. I know it's very blank, but there will be reminders on there. My blog is jacobstechden.com/blog. Go on there. There'll be reminders. There'll be new updates. I'm using that a lot more than I use Discord, because Discord is blank. When I say blank, very quiet, very desolate. Don't use it, because it's bad. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope the guide was good, especially to my friend. You know who you are. Anyway, hope that was good. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.